This is a counter press conference by the National Sports Council responding to a presser by the Gambia Wrestling Association, which the National Sports Council said was misleading. Earlier on Monday, the Gambia Wrestling Association convened a press conference to unveil the national wrestling team selected to compete in the ECOWAS Wrestling Championship in Niger, with officials governing the traditional sport lambasting the Ministry of Youth and Sports for not doing enough to support the Wrestling Association in their bid to participate in the ECOWAS Championship.
In terms of preparation, Gambia Wrestling Association ak team bi def nañ lu leen war yëpp waaye unfortunately in terms of lu waral mutal preparation bi pour mu nekk 100% loolu dafa manqué woon society ministry bi.
Budget was drawn and it's today that we got the budget, and not everything that we written was been facilitated. So I believe that it should work faster rather than this time.
Reacting to claims made by the Wrestling Association, the National Sports Council, through its executive director, frowned at the allegations labeled against the Ministry of Sports, describing it as very misleading.
Following the misleading press conference convened by the Gambia Wrestling Association on Monday, 13th March 2023, deliberately intended to defame the Ministry of Youth and Sport and the National Sport Council, we have been obliged to set the record straight. To start with, the Secretary General of the Gambia Wrestling Association stated at the press conference that the Gambia Wrestling Association wrote to notify the National Sport Council of the event taking place in Niger. Unfortunately, it was the reverse. Instead, the NSC shared with them the notification even before they wrote to us.
The National Sports Council Executive Director picked on some key points from the Wrestling Association's statement for clarification on the part of the Sports Council.
Through the Ministry of Youth and Sport, supported a number of wrestling initiatives and athletes, including the GWA regional congresses, something that was actually their responsibility. In fact, some of the ministry's interventions were as a result of requests from the GWA. One of those in particular is the one that was mentioned by their speakers, where a wrestler was supported with a bus to take funds to Senegal to support him. It was the Secretary General himself who wrote to the National Sport Council requesting for support for that same wrestler. Ladies and gentlemen, in fact, if you want to see further, I can show you even a copy of the letter that was signed by the Secretary General himself. I have all of that here with me, requesting for support for that same wrestler. And that same issue they raised and complained that the ministry, through the Sport Council, shouldn't have supported the wrestler, when in actual fact they wrote and requested for support for that same wrestler.
The press conference availed journalists the opportunity to further seek clarification on some of the allegations made against the ministry by the Wrestling Association.
Dafa mel ni only 197,000 bi and $1,000 impress bi mooy pour mburu yi dem ak ñi nga xam ne ñooy délégation bi dem seen padiums loolu mooy li ñëw so yeneen yi ñu ci binda yëpp joxuñu ko.
Each of the tickets $115,000 ak few hundreds léegi loolu soo ko boolee ok plus desk officer bi allowance bu ñu ko jox plus mburu yi allowance yi ñu leen jox including track suits yi, including also allowance bu ñu jox medic bi, also allowance bu ñu jox first vice president or second vice president of the Wrestling Association. It's a little over $600,000. ñoom budget bu ñu gaay joxoon was $799,000. Ministry dépense na si trip bi a little over $600,000.
The National Sports Council is tasked with regulating sports associations in the country, including wrestling, and they should be seen working harmoniously for the promotion and development of sports in the country. It should be, however, noted that the Gambia wrestling team, comprising 5 wrestlers, the coach and a medic, plus 2 officials, are already in Niger for the ECOWAS Championship. Mohamed S. Jallo, GR Sports.